On to your health now this morning. So the Great Resignation continues raging at a record pace with 4.5 million Americans quitting their jobs in November. So the question is, why are so many workers fleeing now? Our next guest says that it's because folks are having this reckoning within themselves. And joining us now live via Skype is Jess Weiner, cultural expert and podcast host of Dominant Stories. Good morning to you. Welcome back.
Good morning.
Good morning. Happy to be here.
Happy Monday to you. Okay, so you say this is the Great Reckoning. Why?
Well, I think if there's one good thing or many good things that have come out of the pandemic, it's been this time to think about what matters most to us. So I think when I look at those resignation numbers, I also track the reckoning that people are having, Melvin and Giselle, about what they care about most. I think we're realizing that happiness isn't coming from a hustle culture that many of us were subscribing to prior. We are reevaluating work-life balance. We're reevaluating everything. And so this reckoning is really about creating a good life on your terms, designed by you and not necessarily somebody else. So I think a lot of people are looking to make sure their life and their work and their relationships are aligned with what matters most.
Which gives the American worker more leverage than we've ever had. Normally, it's okay, I'll take that because that's all I'll be offered. Right. And now with so many job openings, the employee says, no, if you want me back, you'll have to do this, this, and this. How much do you think that dynamic will shift the employers and what they're offering as perks to get people back into the job site?
I think we're already seeing that shift happen from employers realizing that they have to go above and beyond what we thought were perks before, that people are really looking not just for a balance, but a harmony. I think a lot of folks that have been having to homeschool kids and have, had a time to really think about what matters most in their lives and how far their dollars are stretching. I think a lot of folks are realizing that they want to redesign their life a bit. So they're going to look for work to acknowledge their mental wellness and well-being. I think we're hearing that more and more often from employers. They're offering mental health stipends. They're creating ways for folks to have a real balance during this time. And again, that harmony that we're seeking, I think we're looking beyond work as an identity. And I think that's an opportunity for us right now to really look within and say, what do I care about? What really makes me happy?
Yeah, but also it can be really scary when you do have that reckoning, within yourself to go, oh my gosh, now I got to move through it. So what do we do? How do we give ourselves that permission to move through?
So I have two great questions that I'd love folks to ask themselves. I do this for myself, Melvin, every 6 months. So I ask myself, what is my big vision of my life? And that might not be the life I'm living right now, but my vision might be, I want to be more present. I want to have more fun. I want to be able to spend time with people that I love. We don't often ask ourselves those questions. So ask yourself, what is your big vision? And then this is really important. Ask yourself, what is your non-negotiable values, right? So what I mean by that is I could offer you, Melvin and Giselle, everything you think you want, but you'd have to betray one of those values. And you wouldn't do it. That's a non-negotiable value. And that's what I'm finding people looking at right now. They're looking at their core values that they hold most dear, and they're saying, is my relationship in integrity with this? Is my work life in integrity with this? Am I acting on these values? And I think just asking yourself that question, that's the reckoning. That's learning more about who you are during this time.
And it's also forcing a reckoning for companies. I mean, a lot of people, young people say, I don't want to join a company that invests in prisons, that invests in gun manufacturing, that invests in, emissions.
Social responsibility.
Social responsibility. Yeah. That's a big driver right now, right?
Well, we've been seeing that for almost the last 5 or 6 years. This generation of the workforce, Gen Z in particular, up to the age of about 24, are really deciding where to work based on aligned social values. You're right. It's about not just what the company says, they're about who's in the C-suite, who's in the boardroom, what are the decisions that they're making. This generation, I think, along with the pandemic and the reckoning, is going to shift and shape the way we work for the future.
It's a power shift and a reckoning that perhaps we all needed.
That's right. It's a reckoning of the mind, the heart, the soul, your profession. Jess Weiner, we thank you so much for being with us. You are just wonderful.
You're awesome.
Great energy, great vibes, right? We're feeling you.
Yeah. Hope to have you back often.
Yeah. And Dominant Stories, everybody, with Jess Weiner can be found on iHeartRadio and Apple Podcasts. That's good stuff. Check her out.